Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, back with another video for you today. And let me just admit this right now to you all, everyone. Tottenham is a very hard watch at the moment. Attacking wise, we're awful. It's like watching that movie that you watch the reruns of it and you still think it's a terrible movie. And you only watch it just to put you asleep. And that's what Tottenham Hotspur are doing right now to me at the moment. They're putting me to sleep. The main problem is our attack is absolutely bang average. And for a reason is that maybe because the last manager, Ange Postecoglou, with his gun-ho football, really covered the cracks of the fact that the attack wasn't that great and we didn't get actually players that actually were decent enough or improving enough to bring us to that next level. And that's been a problem for Tottenham for quite a while. So before I keep on waffling on, why have I made this video? And what is this video all about? Well, it's about our below average Raheem Sterling, Brennan freaking Johnson. The Brennan freaking Johnson that scored the goal that got us Europa League, when they won us the Europa League, won us our first European trophy in how many years, win us our trophy in the last 17 years, and it's changed Tottenham's whole trajectory for quite in eternity, as you've seen in the last previous couple of months. But what I'm posing at the moment, Brennan Johnson, the future striker for Spurs. Let's get straight into it. So when I'm talking about this, I'm looking at the situation at the moment. When I look at the situation with Tottenham's attack at the moment, we've got only one striker fit at the moment. Moani, where is Moani? He's supposed to be on loan. Haven't seen him. He's been injured. Solanke, the situation looks bleak. He's still injured, and he's been injured for quite a while. He's got an injury record that isn't really favourable to see him back anytime soon. So then you've got to look at other options that you've got in the squad. And then you've got to look at who's got the track record of scoring goals of recent times. And the only one that you can talk about right now, and even though he's not my favourite at the moment, is Brennan Johnson. And for me at the moment, he's the only option at the moment for us. And I don't count with that below average Emil Heskey, aka Richarlison, because as you've seen after his wonder goal against Burnley, all he's done is sat on his backside rather than actually trying to score. And if he does get a chance to score, it's either an own goal or it's a lucky deflection off his backside. Let's just be honest really here. So then you've got to look at other options. And yeah, you could look at Kudos. And then you've got Simmons, who's really, to be honest, supposed to be our creator. So when you look at Brennan Johnson, he last year was one of our top scorers last year. Getting in the right positions, getting on that back post, and then scoring the goal, which he quite evidently shown in the Europa League final, which won us the final. And he consistently got into the right positions to score those goals. Yes, it wasn't flashy, but he still got in that right position to score the goals. And what does that remind you of? I've just said it. Raheem Sterling. Remember Jamie Vardy? Jamie Vardy was always there at that back post, always that last man to try and get in behind. And that's Brennan Johnson. And that for me is someone that of a number 9 that can get into those sorts of areas. It's kind of a dying trait right now in football right now. that striker that goes on that last man and just gets into those positions to put them in the favourable position to score. And Brennan Johnson has got that knack of doing that. And the reason why I look at him at the moment is that I think he's wasted in the wide positions when he's trying to be the creator, trying to be the winger. He's wasted because he doesn't do anything. He can't get past players. He tries to speed past players. They work him out very easily. And so if he's not in the game doing that right now, what else can you do with him? And those are his strengths right now. The strength is that he's that last, he holds on to that last man of the defender and he gets in and then he's got the chance of scoring. And he's shown it already that when he gets into those right positions, he's always got a knack of scoring the goal and he's always got his favourable of scoring the goals as well. And like I said, with the options that we've got at the moment with Kudus, that is good at getting past players. And then you've got Simmons, who obviously has taken a little bit of time to settle in, which was obvious that was going to happen. And then you've got Alderbear, who sometimes can get past players. And then you've got probably, when they come back, Moani. You've got somebody that can really benefit from players that he can link up with. And it could actually help enhance and develop Brennan Johnson's game at the moment, when really, let's be honest here, he's just an impact player at the moment. And there's only so much an impact player can do. And it will only become stale towards the end because he's not actually improving as a player. And actually, it would be a benefit for his national team as well, as a Welsh international. And it only has got as far as looking at what happened with Gareth Bale. Now, Gareth is far and away nowhere near the quality of Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale had more qualities in him in terms of free kicks, crosses. That you've got the lot, and that's why he was an absolutely world-class player and went over to doing what he did, going over to Real Madrid. But what I'm saying is, at the moment, I think you're limiting Brennan Johnson to being the player he is at the moment, playing him as a winger, playing him wide, not being able to do what he actually can do, getting into the right position to score, being on that last man and trying to score. And really, those are the concerns that I've got at the moment for him to improve, because he'll end up just being stale. And like I said, being those players like Darren Huckabee, not doing anything in the end. Alan Smith doing nothing in the end because they tailed off because they weren't able to develop and improve. And when you don't improve, you become stale. And that's the concern for someone like a Brennan Johnson. And it's really for Thomas Frank to start looking at him and saying, what is the better version of Brennan Johnson? What was the reason why we got him from Nottingham Forest? And he was that forward that was centrally and got into the right positions and scored, and had someone to link up with him to get in those positions as well. And with 18 goals last season, shows you that, yeah, proof of the pudding is, stat-wise, if you get him in the right positions, he will get you those goals. And yeah, it might not be pretty in certain games, but when you've got somebody like that, it could be a very, very good tool to have if the game is very tight and you need somebody to just get in there and score you a goal. And like I said, there was players like Michael Owen, Aaron Shearer. The only thing I would say at the moment that would be a weakness for him at the moment is him holding up the ball. But that's where he needs to bulk up a little bit. Maybe be able to do those sort of things. Because like I said, there was a Defoe, Jermaine Defoe, who bulked up a little bit to able to do that. There was Robbie King. who was very miniature, but he was able to maneuver certain things and be able to be that sort of player linking between the front line and the midfield. And that's the thing. That's where we need to make the most of what we've got. And that's where Thomas Franks needs to put him as our next striker at the moment option. So what's your thoughts on the suggestion of Brennan Johnson, being our striker, our future striker for this season? Leave it in the comments. And please like and subscribe to the channel as we are heading towards that 2,000 subscriber mark. It's something that needs to happen right now. And there's going to be other suggestions as well on this channel, because at the end of the day, Tottenham Hotspur need to wake up as an attacking force, because only so much you can do defensively being solid, because you still need to score goals. Because when you do break that chain, when the opposition rivals breaks that chain and scores goals, you need to have something to throw back at them. And that could be Brennan Johnson. Like, subscribe and comment. See you on the next video. And as always, if you didn't know, get to know. Support your boy, Mr. Box Office. Subscribe and like. And come on, you Spurs. And we're out.